In a forgotten village surrounded by barren lands, life was a daily battle for survival. Crops failed year after year, leaving families hungry and hopeless. Among these families was young Ethan's, who struggled more than most. Ethan, barely 12 years old, lived in a crumbling shack with his younger sister and parents, who had long given up on better days. But Ethan was different. Despite their dire situation, his heart burned with an unexplainable hope. He dreamed of lifting his family out of poverty, of making his sister laugh again, and of bringing light back into his parents' weary eyes. But every time he shared his dreams, he was met with scorn. "Dreams don't fill empty stomachs," his father would say. "Hope doesn't fix a broken roof." Even his mother, who loved him dearly, gently told him, "Ethan, focus on what's real. We can't afford dreams." But Ethan didn't listen. Every morning, he set out in search of odd jobs or anything that could bring a little money to the house. One day, while wandering deeper into the forest than usual to collect firewood, Ethan stumbled across an old man sitting beneath a gnarled tree. The man had kind eyes, a long beard, and hands that moved skillfully as he carved tiny wooden figurines. They were simple yet beautiful. Small animals, people, and even stars. Curiosity got the better of Ethan. "What are you making, sir?" he asked. The old man looked up with a twinkle in his eye. "I'm carving hope." Ethan frowned. "Hope? How can a piece of wood bring hope?" The man chuckled softly. "Each of these figurines carries a dream. Some people see it, some don't. But for those who believe, it can change everything." Ethan didn't fully understand, but something about the man's words stirred his heart. He asked if he could take one figurine to the village to sell it. The old man nodded. "Go ahead. But remember, you're not just selling wood, you're offering belief." Ethan took a small wooden star and walked to the market. The villagers were skeptical. "What's this, a toy?" One man laughed. Another mocked, "A piece of firewood with no use." But Ethan didn't give up. He stood on an old crate and called out, "This is not just a figurine. It's a dream. If you've lost hope, this will remind you to keep going. Buy this, and every time you look at it, remember your dream is still alive." At first, no one came forward. Ethan's heart sank. But then an old woman shuffled closer. Her eyes glistened as she held the wooden star. "I used to dream of seeing my grandchildren again," she whispered. "Maybe this will help me believe it's still possible." She handed Ethan a few coins. That first sale changed everything. Encouraged, Ethan returned to the forest and shared his success with the old man, who handed him more figurines. The next day, Ethan returned to the market, sharing more stories with each figurine. The villagers began to listen, their hearts softening as they remembered their forgotten dreams. Within weeks, Ethan was known as the boy who sold hope. His figurines didn't just bring money, they brought belief back to a broken village. With the earnings, Ethan repaired his family's home, bought enough food to feed them, and even saved enough to send his sister to school. But Ethan didn't stop there. He began teaching others in the village to carve figurines, spreading the message: hope isn't found, it's made. Soon, the entire village was creating and selling symbols of hope to nearby towns, transforming their lives and rebuilding their community. Years later, when Ethan was asked how he changed his village's fate, he always said, "I didn't sell wood, I sold belief." When you remind someone to dream, you give them the courage to change their world.